hear that?
Yeah, probably just a ship or something.
No ship I knew of made a noise that weird. Then again, it was also weird for Joe to be calling me out so suddenly. Let's not stray too far out. Paul will wonder where we went.
It's fine. I want some time alone.
Oh? If you need to relieve yourself, there's actually a bathroom back there.
So insensitive.
You said something?
Never mind.
Hey, I was just playing around. You know I'm worried about you.
Okay. Listen, Eddie.
There's that noise again. Sounds like it's getting closer. Joe opened her mouth to speak, but the noise blared once more and drowned out her words. A light beam shot out from under the sea. Guess that was what made the noise. Not that it made things any less confusing. All I knew was that Joe was far too close to that beam.
I could have sworn I saw them come this way. Joanna? Eddie? What the hell?
Preparations complete. Ready to begin experiment. Understood. Conduct Operation 32 on male specimen A. Remember to perform procedures D through G. Be sure to leave no traces behind. Acknowledged. Commencing Operation 32.
I remembered being put onto some kind of operating table. What took place after that, I could no longer recall. Perhaps it was for the best. Now I found myself standing next to Paul, surrounded by aliens. Ones in blue armor and robes. They donned helmets that resembled water tanks, making their faces hard to discern. All the ceiling lights emitted a blue glow, making even the interior resemble the sea. The place smelled like the ocean, too. Joe stood before me, trapped in some sort of chamber. Surrounding her were aliens operating on control panels.
What are you bastards doing to Joanna? Get your scrubby hands off my girl!
Paul always managed to speak his mind no matter how dire a situation seemed. I only feared the aliens might make an example out of him.
You humans are always so noisy. We're sending you three home. Keep quiet before we change our minds.
You kidnapped us, and we're expected to just sit and obey you? That's just wrong.
Be grateful we gave you all translation devices. Without them, you'd have no clue what's going on.
Actually, I would argue that I still had no clue what was happening. Paul did all the talking on my behalf. If I chimed in with more shouting, the aliens might kill us on the spot. Joe slapped her hands against the glass. She tried speaking to us, but the chamber blocked out her words.
Beam fully charged. Prepared to send specimen home on command. Acknowledged. Fire when ready.
In a flash, Joe vanished from the chamber. I half expected her to return after another flash, as if we were watching a magic trick, but that never happened.
What did you freaks do?
The females returned home.
What did you freaks do to Joanna?
The females returned home. You two are about to join her. Once you're back on the surface, you'll forget all that's happened here. Settle down and let us do our job.
With Joe gone, I shifted my eyes to the portholes on the wall. Water filled the space outside, with fish swimming by on occasions. We must be inside some form of alien If the aliens were indeed sending us home, there was nothing else I would have wished for more. I only prayed they were telling the truth.
Uh-oh. What's the matter? The beam's refusing to charge. Looks like the device has malfunctioned. Let me see that. That's impossible. The beam's never failed us in all these years.
A bunch of liars, all of you. I'll bet you're plotting some other plan for us.
What now? That human is acting rowdy and we have no way of sending him back. We might have to silence them both.
Those words made even Paul fall quiet. I should have known things would never turn out smoothly. It had been a while since I last spoke. Perhaps I should say something, but one wrong word and we were goners.
Yes, it's too risky to keep these two on our ship. I agree. We should act without delay.
That's enough.
Everyone, including the aliens, froze upon hearing this unfamiliar voice.
Be at peace, all of you. We summoned these guests to better understand the surface world. It's our duty to ensure they return home unharmed.
Commander Finyomu. Of course, as you will.
That alien just called this girl Commander. She must have been no older than 5 or 6. In fact, I never even noticed her until she spoke.
This little kid is your commander? Huh, Eddie, guess we got nothing to worry about. There's no way I'll let clowns like them threaten me.
Paul marched toward the girl, who looked him in the eye and appeared unfazed. None of the aliens stepped in Paul's way. Paul was well over 6 feet tall. Perhaps even these aliens were intimidated.
One more step, and your head goes flying.
A woman appeared before Paul. She showed up so swiftly that even he was caught off guard. There was a blade of some sort in her hand. With the sword pressed against Paul's neck, he had no choice but to retreat a step.
No one harms the commander under my watch. Know your place, surfacers. You're on our ship. I'll be more than happy to send you both out into the sea.
There's no need for threats, Mukon.
As you desire, Commander.
Mukon sheathed her blade upon hearing Finyomu's order. It looked like this woman obeyed the commander like the rest of them.
Let us conduct a meeting to discuss what actions we must take. Until then, the two humans shall remain on board as guests.
Funny how we could be abducted and then be referred to as guests. Paul made no further advances against the aliens. He cast a glare at Mukon, who paid. At least our lives were. Funny how we could be abducted and then be. Funny how we could be abducted and then be referred to as guests. Paul made no further advances against the aliens. He cast a glare at Mukon, who paid him no attention. At least our lives were spared for now. As for how long things would stay this way, Joanna and I used to visit the same beach every year.
Do you remember what's so special about this year, Eddie?
You're turning 21. Come on, as if I'd forget.
I was referring to a different anniversary. It's been 15 years since we've met.
Your birthday's coming soon, so it's a bit early, but I bought you something.
Oh, thanks.
Here, it's a cross necklace. I hope God will always watch over you.
Eddie, how thoughtful. I'll definitely cherish it.
And Joe, there's something else I want to tell you.
Oh?
You know that restaurant we always go to on Friday nights? It closed the other day. That's really sad.
Whatever.
Walking past the dining room, I noticed a book sitting on the table. Maybe someone left this here by mistake. I might just give the book a quick flip through. Looked like it was a novel written in the alien's home language. No chance of me reading it then. The cover showed a male and female alien kissing one another. Love hearts dotted the pink background behind them. What a stereotypical romance novel cover. Footsteps sounded behind me. I quickly put the novel down. After all, nobody gave me permission to read the book.
Human. What? Did you pick up that book?
Yeah, sorry. I did. Was it yours?
Yes, I mean no. As if I'd read a book like that. Quite rude of you to look at my other people's belongings. Well, they never should have left it around, I guess, but still.
Guess it was Mukan's book. During a stroll, I walked past Finyomu and decided to say hello. Finyomu, however, never even turned around, let alone responded. I snuck closer and saw she was glued to the television. Looked like she was watching a cartoon of some sort. The characters were unfamiliar to me. Maybe it was from Finyomu's home planet. Once in a while, Finyomu would look around to check if anyone was watching. I took cover behind a wall. This hobby of hers must have been a secret. Finyomu wanted to maintain her captain image, but I guess she was still a child after all. I moved on, leaving Finyomu to her pastime. Bored out of my mind, I decided to explore the ship. A couple of aliens I walked past were staring at a porthole.
Oh, hello there, human.
Good day. Got to say, I'm pretty surprised you guys called out to me.
Yes, well, not all of us hate you to the bone.
Glad to hear it. You guys are pretty focused on that window there. What's up?
We've been hearing rumors of mermaid sightings.
Your kind believe in mermaids too?
Oh, guess you humans have heard about it as well.
More just in movies and stuff. I guess there are people out there who believe it though. Anyway, if mermaids really do exist, surely you would have seen them by now. You guys pretty much live in the ocean.
Us? Nah, I'm just a part-timer, actually. And I'm an intern, looking for a stable job in engineering after this.
Oh. My mistake. With Joanna gone, I guess it's just you and I now.
Seems that way. Thinking back, it's pretty weird how we became friends in the first place. We're as different as they come.
It's all in God's will. Well, that, and we did work in the same place.
To be honest, first time we met, I thought you were pretty wimpy. But somehow, you always bring peace to those around you. I might even be a little envious, to tell you the truth.
Thanks, Paul. We do make an interesting team, to say the least. I'm sure we can get out of this alive.
We'd better. If you die on me, I'm gonna kill you.
Buddy, have a think about what you just said. The aliens escorted Paul and I to a bunk bed and left us there. It was as if they expected us to just sit still and await their decision. I found myself shivering under the ship's cool temperature. Perhaps that was the way those aliens liked it, but certainly not I. Even the walls felt freezing to touch. Paul seemed unaffected by this. In all fairness, he was one of the sturdiest guys I knew.
Those aliens are discussing our fate as we speak, Eddie. We need to find out what they're talking about.
Are you saying we should eavesdrop? They're already on edge about us. Besides, we have no idea where their meeting room is.
It's on the top floor. I scouted out the place while they were taking us down here.
You never fail to surprise me.
Being in jail could teach you a lot.
Well, I guess they never did say we must stay on this bunk bed.
Now you're talking. I've noted where the security cameras are as well. We just need to be careful. Besides, if anything happens, that Finyomu brat will cover our ass.
She's risking a lot to keep us safe. It seems nasty to be using her like that.
You're being too kind. Finyomu's a child. Her mind's unstable. A few more aliens whisper in her ear and she'll have a change of heart. There's no justice in what these aliens did to us. We have the right to do what we must.
I felt uncertain about Paul's lack of faith, but we should indeed discover more about this meeting. Most of the aliens were participating in the discussion, so security should be thin. Exchanging nods with Paul, we made our move. I prayed the meeting results would bring us hope and not despair. Paul and I arrived outside the meeting room. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, we pressed our ears against the door.
With all due respect, Commander, this is about more than any of us.
Watch your tone around Commander Finyomu.
It's fine, Mukon. We all deserve a say in this matter.
By all, I guess she means everyone but us.
I put up a finger, signaling Paul to keep his voice down. If the aliens detected our presence, who knew what the consequence would be?
If these humans escape and tell the surface world about us, our entire civilization will be at risk. Yes, and then there's that girl we sent off. Our charge beam failed right afterward. There's no way to tell if her memories were even erased properly. For all we know, she might be on the surface now, telling everyone up there about us.
I'll assign one of you to scan the surface and locate the girl. Once she's found, monitor her full time and check for suspicious activities.
I was more concerned about whether that beam actually managed to send Jo home. Maybe the beam broke down when she was still in the ocean.
The two humans should be...
This warrants a discussion with our people back home. Rest easy. Your concerns will be passed on. For now, let us vote on how this situation should be handled. Back home.
The two humans should be purged. We've had to kill on this ship in the past. This will be no different. I agree. For our people's sake, the surfacers must be sacrificed. Commander Finyomu has a point. It's unfair for us to kill the humans with hardly a thought.
Mukon, let us hear your opinion.
I beg your forgiveness, Commander Finyomu, but I must choose to pass on the matter.
Very well. Let us continue.
Our entire race is at risk here. Losing two surfacers is a small matter by comparison. We can send the humans into the sea, let them decide their own fate.
Paul gestured me to leave. I trailed him as he headed back for the elevator.
It's obvious most of those bastards want us dead. I doubt that Finyomu kid can keep them in check for long. Then there's Joanna. We need to find out if she's okay. I'm no man if I'm unable to keep my woman safe.
The aliens did talk about spying on Jo. That must mean there's a way of doing so from this ship. We just need to find out how. The aliens spoke about their people being at risk. I guess they had a home planet somewhere in space. But then surely we should be on a spaceship and not a submarine. No, none of that mattered now. Our priority should be checking if Jo was okay. God help us. I spotted Mukon in the dining room. She had her back turned to me with her helmet on the table. It looked like she was playing with her hair. She was using the porthole's glass as a mirror. I never imagined she would have a hobby of this sort. Mukon styled her hair into ponytails before admiring and smiling at her reflection. Suddenly, she put her hair back down and donned her helmet. Guess she must have noticed me. As I feared, she spun around with a displeased look on her face.
Human. You make a habit out of sneaking up on people like that?
Relax, I was just walking past.
Maybe I should pluck your eyes out. That'd teach you.
That was more like the Mukon I knew. I strode past a couple of aliens who were glued to a monitor. They must be really focused on their work.
Crap, it's the human! Quick, fish tab! Fish tab! Ahem. Greetings.
Come on. Anyone can see you guys were hiding something.
What? Alright. Just keep this from Mukon, okay? She'll have our head if she finds out.
Wow, you guys got nude photos of her or something?
Nah, we were just checking out a couple of games we downloaded back home.
Oh, relax, man. I've done that during work from time to time. Found it...
We were just playing this one. It's called...
Any good? Oh, relax, man. I've done that during work from time to time. Found any good games?
We were just playing this one. It's called Unhack, or something.
Any good?
Terrible. I'd rather do work.
Good to hear, everyone. Back to work then.
Commander, right away. Quick, hand me those papers.
I could have sworn Finyomu winked at me as she walked past. Guess this stuff was commonplace around here.
Hello there. It looks like you have something on your mind.
Oh, hey. I was just thinking it's almost Christmas. Unless that charge beam gets repaired soon, I'm going to miss it.
What is this kissness?
It's Christmas, with an M. A day where we surfacers celebrate Christ's birth. Families meet up for dinner, and children get presents from Santa. You might get one if you were up there too.
I've no need for gifts. A captain must say no to such distractions.
Despite saying that, I caught Finyomu's face lighting up for a brief moment.
So, who is this Santa person?
He climbs down chimneys to give kids presents. Well, to be honest, he's fake. Parents just made him up so their children will act good.
How horrible. A plot devised to brainwash young ones into behaving.
Children are happy when they get presents. I see nothing wrong with that. See? It's just a matter of perspective.
Still horrible.
Okay.
Those damn aliens trapping us here like this. It's just wrong, I tell you.
Yes, Paul, you've told me. Many times.
They should really look up my background. One time when I was in jail, I took on 8 guys by myself. Good thing for them, the guard convinced me to stop.
That's the first time I've heard that story. How did the guard stop you?
He offered me chocolate.
What?
Hey, not all prisoners have to be drug addicts. I have standards.
Right, chocolate. That's some serious standards. Joanna and I used to visit the same beach every year.
It's pretty sad to see our church closed down.
Sure is. So many memories there. That's where we met for the first time.
Oh, you remember?
Of course I do. You were always playing in the gardens outside by yourself. That's why I wanted to try and talk to you.
You've been such a flirt since a kid, Eddie.
Come on, we were like 7.
I'm just teasing. But I'm really happy to hear you remember.
You found anything? Looks like they have some machine back in that meeting room. It lets them spy on people from the surface. Those scumbags. If they've let Joanna go, then leave her alone and stop stalking her. That's just wrong.
Maybe we can use that machine to find Joanna.
Gotta figure out how the machine works. I'll get back up to the top floor and spy on those aliens. Come with me, and then keep those aliens off my butt while I check out how they operate the controls.
Despite Paul's confidence, I had my doubts. If the aliens caught us, we would likely be executed. We needed to warn Joanna, but I feared for my own life. I shook the thought from my head. If I allowed Joanna to be captured again, or worse, killed by the aliens, I would never be able to forgive myself. Okay, Paul, I'll keep him off your back. Let's head to that top floor. Paul put up a hand to indicate he needed another 5 minutes. He had better be right. My luck was fast running out. A pair of aliens stepped out from the elevator and were walking in my direction. My heart pounded as their footsteps grew louder. Turned out it was Finyomu and Mukon, the two seated side by side at the dining table. I crouched behind a chair on the opposite side. Worried I was breathing too loud, I cupped both hands over my face. Finyomu and Mukon removed their helmets before facing each other. Never had I seen Mukon look so at ease. I thought she only knew how to scowl.
Mukon, did you really have no opinion on the two surfacers?
One person's thought means little. I am but a mere guard.
Finyomu pouted at Mukon. Despite being a commander, it looked like she knew how to make some childish faces.
Of course I want to hear what you think. You're my best friend, Mukon. Or do you not feel the same way?
Please understand, Commander Finyomu.
None of that commander stuff when we're alone.
Finyomu, you mean the ocean to me. I'm unable to say anything that may oppose you.
You want the two surfacers executed then?
I fear the humans might try to escape.
Sweat began to stain my palms. No surprise that Mukon wanted Paul and me dead.
It's all water outside. The surfacers have no way of fleeing from here.
You're probably right. My sole concern is the well-being of my people. Even if you chide me, I must insist that we at least raise our security.
Finyomu rose from her seat. I thought she was going to smack Mukon. All Finyomu did, however, was give Mukon a hug before sitting back down.
You've given up everything to be with me on this ship, Mukon. I'd never chide you.
An enforcer like me is needed here. You're just far too kind-hearted to everyone. But that's okay. This is why I live to serve you. Please, never change who you are. You're so cute and perfect. Yes.
Very well. I only ask that you remember one thing. This ship exists to maintain peace between the surfacers and us. Lately, we seem to be forgetting that.
Lost in their conversation, I had forgotten to keep an eye out for guards. Good thing nobody was around, or I no doubt would have been caught. I glanced to see if Paul was done, but he was nowhere to be found. Turned out he had already returned to the elevator. How he snuck past Finyomu and Mukon without me knowing, well, that was Paul for you. I crawled under the chairs to join him on the elevator. Hopefully he had good news to report.
Hey, human. You keep muttering to yourself. Do we have a problem?
It's fine. I'm just getting real bored, that's all. There's nothing to do around here.
Goes to show your lack of discipline.
No need to be harsh. How do you spend your time, then? Aside from pointing your blade at everyone you see.
I find poetry is a fine way to kill time.
Poetry? You?
What's with the reaction? An underling like you would never understand the delicate craft of literature.
I'm willing to learn if you want to show me some of your works.
Show you my... Never! It'd be a waste to showcase my art to the likes of you. Return to your boredom, surfacer. Our conversation is done.
You could have just said no.
Why, hello there. Hope you're adjusting to life on this ship.
This whole ship smells like the sea. Makes me a bit nauseous. At least I'm alive, I guess. Being able to go home would be nice, though.
I apologize on my people's behalf. If there's any way we can make your time easier, let me know.
To be frank, the meals here could use some work. Everything's frozen and tastes like expired food. I've no idea how you put up with it.
It's hard for me to relate. We eat food different from you surfacers. Like this squid I have here, for example.
Oh, I've never seen a squid like this. Looks enticing, actually. I reached for the squid. Since Finyomu offered no resistance, I took it from her hand and moved it toward my mouth.
Yes, it's quite tasty indeed. Healthy, too. Very popular in my homeland. Too bad any surfacer who tries to eat one will vomit blood and have their organs explode from inside.
I barely managed to spit the squid out of my mouth.
Also, I hear their eyeballs will pop out.
Thanks for the early warning.
I'm getting real sick of this place. No chocolate or any other decent food here.
Try to think of the bright side. This at least has to be better than when you were in jail.
Hard to say, actually. At least I went to jail by choice. Through my own actions,
Really wish I could have been there on that night when the fight happened.
No offense, Ed, but sometimes it takes a guy like me to get things done. For those two drunks to grope Joanna like that, they deserved eating my fists. I was thrown in jail because I carried out justice. It's just wrong, I tell you. Oh well. That did give me a reason to ask Joanna out. I never thanked you for introducing me to her, by the way. You're a real bro.
Good to see you, human.
Same here. What are you guys reading?
The Book of Conspiracies. This one here is pretty interesting. The theory of split existence.
As in split personalities? We humans have the same condition.
Quite different, actually. It says here that if one's mind is strong enough, it's possible for him to create a split copy of himself.
That's pretty over the top, even for a conspiracy.
For you surfacers, maybe. The minds of our people are far more developed. No offense, by the way. Even so, for a split image to materialize, that'd require some serious power. Hard to imagine what kind of emotions the host must have to go through. Oh, read this part, human.
I'd love to, but I only know English.
Right. It says the split image can appear and behave completely different from the host. Something about the copy being the host's ideal self. It gets pretty confusing from this part on.
I must say I'm already as confused as can be. Hey, I'll leave you guys to it. Joanna and I used to visit the same beach every year. How have you and Paul been getting along?
Just fine. He may not look it, but Paul's a pretty considerate boyfriend.
The guy's full of surprises. To be honest, I had no idea you two would get hooked up.
He's always looking out for me. I guess it's only right.
Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. I do like him. There's no problem. The weather's looking bad, Eddie. Let's go home.
The aliens found Joanna. I saw them stalking her.
At least that means she's alive. Thank God for that.
I've figured out how to operate the spying mechanism. With good timing, we should be able to contact.
And loads of luck, I heard Mukon telling Finyomu to increase security.
That damn woman, always getting in our way.
They're just doing what's best for their people.
You're too damn nice. Let's get to the top floor and I'll teach you how to operate the controls. I'll keep watch this time. No offense, but we need a close eye like mine.
None taken. Never said I wanted to become an expert in sneaking around.
I enjoy it no more than you do. Those aliens are spying on my girl. An eye for an eye, if you ask me.
Paul and I reached the top floor without alerting any guards. I must be getting good at this. Not that I felt proud. The elevator door opened. I jumped as Finyomu appeared right in front of us. We had no permission to be here. I foresaw this ending poorly. Any moment now, Mukon could leap in and slice off my head. As that thought crossed my mind, Paul slapped me on the back, as if expecting me to pull us out of this.
What are you guys doing on this floor?
I know we're not meant to be here. We're sorry, really. It's just so boring being stuck on the first floor.
Regardless, be grateful it's me you ran into. Mukon would have executed you both on the spot. We are partly at fault. Once we get that charge beam working, I'll see to it that you both get home safely.
I would argue the aliens were more than partly at fault. Best to keep that to myself.
My people just want to understand the surfacers. We do our best to perform our research without bringing you harm. If things had gone smoothly, your memories would have been erased, and none of this would have happened.
So you guys have a hometown or planet somewhere?
That's top secret information. I apologize.
It's okay. I understand.
All I want is for my people and the surfacers to exist in harmony. Please believe in my words.
Sure, I can manage that. Any relationship should begin with trust. I heard Paul snorting beside me. No doubt he had zero interest in getting along with Finyomu's people. Finyomu removed her helmet in front of me for the first time. Looking at her like this, she really was no different from any ordinary child. Minus the blue hair, I suppose. Really surprising to see a kid like you command the ship. Wait, sorry if you're actually not a child. It's just, well, yeah.
I'm indeed only 6 years old. No need to be nervous. I have my reasons for being here.
I held my breath as a couple of aliens walked past us. They shot us a glance, but departed without asking any questions. It must be because we were with Finyomu. Does it ever get lonely on this ship? If I were in your position, I'd definitely get homesick.
Mukon is with me, so I'm okay. Besides, I do enjoy learning about the surface world.
You've never been to the surface?
Of course not. If I'm caught by a surfacer, we'd all be in a sea of trouble.
Maybe you can visit someday, if our people can make peace with one another.
I've heard about the stars that dot the skies at night, and the moon glowing faintly through the clouds.
Let's make that a goal for us both, then.
I've heard about the stars that dot the skies at night, and
Maybe
I've heard about the stars that dot the skies at night, and the moon glowing faintly through the clouds. How I would love to see it all someday.
Let's make that a goal for us both, then.
You mean it?
God has our best interests in mind. It's always nice to have dreams.
Okay, I'll hold you to your word. By the way, what's your name again?
It's Edward.
But I hear the other surfacer call you Eddie.
Friends often refer to each other by different names.
Can I call you Eddie too?
There's no harm in that.
Great! Eddie, I want to hear more about the surface world.
Paul smacked me across the back again. I could tell he wanted me to send Finyomu off as quickly as possible. How about you drop by on the bottom floor later? We can chat about this over a cup of tea.
Sounds good. I look forward to it.
After putting her helmet back on, Finyomu entered the elevator with more bounce in her step than usual. She gave us a wave as the lift carried her to a lower level.
Way to go, Eddie. That's a kid for you. So easy to fool.
Come on, I feel pretty bad about tricking her like that.
Joanna's our priority right now. Let's get inside the control room while it's empty.
I trailed Paul into the room. After showing me how to operate the controls, he headed back out to guard the entrance. Paul figured out so much just from spying on the aliens. Thanks to that, I was able to activate the bot that was surveying Joe's every action. After confirming it was Joe on screen, I tapped the microphone switch and called out to her.
That voice. Is that you, Ed?
Yeah, it's me. Thank God that worked. I glanced toward the door, hoping to tell Paul I had succeeded. He seemed focused on guard duty, so I left him to the task. Am I controlling some kind of robot here? It's impossible to tell from this end.
Yes, looks like a surveillance spot. So tiny it could easily be mistaken for a fly. Scary to wonder just how many of them are out there. I've even seen them around when I'm changing. When I get my hands on one.
Joe?
It's nothing. Is Paul still with you? Please tell me he's safe.
We're both in one piece. For now, at least. What'd we miss on your end?
I remember everything that happened on the ship. Guess they failed to erase my memory properly. Never told anyone about it, though. Doubt they believe me anyway. I've been worried sick about you guys. If only there was something I could do from this end. I hope you'll somehow find a way out.
Yeah, we'll get out somehow. I'm sure you and Paul miss each other a lot. Joanna fell silent. I thought there was an issue with the connection. Then she spoke again.
Of course I miss Paul, but Ed, listen. You're the one I care about most. That's what I wanted to tell you that night on the beach.
Now it was my turn to fall quiet. I wondered if Paul heard what she said. It was impossible to tell with his back facing me.
I know this is a bad time. It's just that something might happen to any of us. I'm terrified I might never have another chance. Weird how it's even harder to say these things when we grow up together. Please, Ed, make it out alive.
The connection cut out. My hands were clear from the controls, so I doubted I was at fault. My confusion lasted for a moment before the screen flickered back to life.
Surfacers.
An enormous eye appeared on screen. The shock almost forced me onto my backside. Even Paul peered in to see what was happening.
I am Mother, the master of this ship. You surfacers have some guts, sneaking around my domain. But your luck has run out.
Sirens blared through the entire ship. This mother person must have activated them. There was no place to hide now.
Captain Finyomu's given you humans permission to explore the ship. I'd advised against abusing her generosity.
Chill out. I'm aware she's risking a lot to give us this freedom.
Looks like even underlings like you recognize the kindness of our captain's heart. Captain Finyomu's been this adorable for as long as I can remember. So cute and perfect. Yes.
Right. I guess you and Finyomu have known each other for ages?
Like I said, for as long as I can remember. My memory of our first meeting is rather hazy, I must admit.
Judging from how well you know her, you two might as well be born on the same day.
How nice would that be, to begin life on the same day as such a pure creature? Ahem! What's with all the questions? You gathering intel on us?
Take it easy. Just curious, that's all.
Human, good to see you're still alive.
Man, morbid much?
Sorry, but things have been pretty tense around here, as you might have noticed.
Paul and I probably have something to do with that. Our bad, I guess.
Things are getting a bit too tense for my liking. I should throw a sickie or two in case anything goes down. At least you have some to use. I've already taken all of mine. That's what you get for slacking off all the time. Just use some of your leave then. Not happening. I need those for my holidays coming up.
Probably best if I left these guys too. I noticed Finyomu napping with her head on a desk. On the tabletop were mountains of paperwork. She woke up as I walked by. Sorry. Guess I made too much noise. Finyomu shook her head and started to stamp the papers one by one. You're looking real busy there.
All part of the job as captain.
Must be tough. You look pretty out of it. Maybe you should take a break and get back to it later.
Thank you for your concern, but I'm a professional. There's no sleeping on the job allowed.
Right after saying that, Finyomu dozed off on the desk again. It must be rough for a child to carry that much burden. Let me go look for Mukon.
Human, you have business with me? I certainly have none with you.
Finyomu fell asleep on her desk. Just wanted to ask you to bring her a blanket or something.
Oh. Very well.
Paul stomped out of the bathroom, looking real mad. As in, even madder than usual.
Damn aliens, slapping me around just because I walked into the wrong toilet?
You went to the wrong bathroom? I hate to pick sides, but God help you.
I just followed one of the aliens in by mistake, man. They all have the same face.
Come to think of it, you do have a point. It seems as though only Finyomu and Mukon have faces. Why is that? Joanna and I used to visit the same beach every year.
Eddie, if you need to borrow some money, just let me know.
Thanks, I should be fine. Just need to juggle a few more part-time shifts, I guess.
You put your trust in that business partner, yet he still turned on you. The world really is full of jerks.
People do often say I have too much faith in others. Maybe they have a point.
But that's what makes you different. That's what let's forget about that guy. Keep being who you are, Eddie.
Thanks, Joe. You're right. This has to be a test from God. It'll take more than that to change me.